Hey you guys. So today I thought we could do a quick little video on manifesting, and many of you already know what that is and some of you may not, but manifesting is essentially certain types of routines and certain types of practices that help you kind of like bring into fruition what it is that you want into your life. So certain attitudes can manifest certain results and certain problems in your life or certain solutions in your life. So, really, in my opinion, there's really no right or wrong way to manifest. You just kind of have to do your own research and come up with the methods that you feel is going to be best for you in your individual situation. So, I first found out about manifesting when I was about 23 years old. And at this point in my life, I really didn't even know what manifesting was, and I didn't know that there was a such thing and that I could actually really take action in practices and in routine of making changes in my life and having certain practices that could help me bring bring my dreams to life and bring into fruition how I wanted my life to look. And so I think one thing people have to understand is that manifesting rituals, etc., it's not necessarily going to work overnight. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't, but usually it takes consistency. Usually it takes, it's your subconscious. It takes so much, persistence. And so, really, that's what that is. And so, I kind of want to share a couple of the things that I personally do when it comes to manifesting and how it is that I bring into fruition what I want in my life. So, the number one thing that I do is I have what's called a manifestation drawer in my nightstand. It's just my top drawer. And most of what I keep in there, I might keep some other things in there, like little antiques and little crystals and things of that nature. But I keep little pieces of paper. And I write down on each piece of paper, I might have one piece of paper that has multiple things written down, or I might just have a sticky note or two. And so I go through the drawer at least once every couple weeks, or once every few weeks, and I look through and I see if anything has already come into fruition or is no longer relevant, things of that nature, and I will remove that individual sticky note or that individual paper, or I'll mark out, like cross out that this thing has already come into fruition. So, if that makes sense. So, what I do is I write down what I want to happen in my life. So, let's say, for example, um, better health, better immune system, making more time for meditation. Let's say it's money related. Let's say pay this bill on time or pay this bill ahead or put this much into my savings, whatever it may be, whether it's health related, money related, family related, whatever kind of problem I'm experiencing in my life. Say I want to solve this problem, before a certain day or close to a certain date. So I write all that stuff down. And, anytime I think of something new, I just put it in that drawer. And I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. And literally, since I've been doing it, there's not one thing that has gone into that drawer that has not come to pass and has not manifested itself into my life in the way that I wanted it to. So, it's really interesting, but, and I never really thought much of it. I never really thought, that this is like a for sure thing, but I think it's really just about believing, and it's about, understanding that we do have a whole lot of power over what happens in our lives, excuse me, and what goes down in our lives. So, that is probably, I'd say, the number one thing that I do. And then I also have other little things that I do throughout the day. I do certain type of mantras while I'm driving, affirmations. I do meditations throughout the day, and I don't have a whole lot of time, so I don't just sit down and meditate for like an hour, or 30 minutes even. So what I really do is I try really hard to just do the absolute best that I can when it comes to, just putting in daily practice. And what's really cool about manifesting is it's something that doesn't necessarily take a whole lot of time. It's almost like taking your vitamins and your supplements and your herbs or whatever you do on a daily basis when it comes to your supplementation. So, Another thing I really like to look at, other than, some YouTube videos and, researching and Googling, which I definitely recommend you do, especially if you're new to manifesting. And even if you're not, just refreshing your techniques every now and then and refreshing your perspective, it really helps. But another thing I like to do is there's something called, I believe it's called the 17-second manifestation technique. And that is basically something in which you focus on whatever it is you're wanting in your life, and you focus on it for at least 17 seconds. And so if you do that every single day, and it's only 17 seconds, so just hold your focus. And that is a really powerful technique that a lot of people will talk about when it comes to manifesting. So that might be one thing to look into that I might recommend. And then another thing I've been using for the past several weeks is called the 2-cup technique. And you can watch some videos on this or research it yourself to get a better idea. I believe tomorrow I will probably do a video, experimenting, showing you the 2-cup technique, the 2-cup manifestation technique. And basically that's just where you write down on a couple pieces of paper, you put them next to each other, and you take 2 cups. One has water in it and the second does not have water. And then you write down on one side what you don't want or what is existing right now. And then on the other side, you write down what it is that you do want and what you're trying to manifest. So then you take the cup of water and pour it into the empty cup, which is on top of the paper that tells you, that says what you do want in your life. So it's kind of hard to explain. I have to show you. But that's something I've been using, and I noticed really quickly after doing that, that I did see changes, not immediately, but pretty quickly. And a lot of this stuff I do at night before bedtime. And you can just do, protection prayers and just prayers, mantras, affirmations, and never underestimate the power of the subconscious. There is so much that you can do in regards to manifesting, and I am barely just touching on the surface here, but I did want to do a quick little video. I haven't addressed this topic before in these videos, not really. So that's really about all I have to say for today. And then tomorrow we will look into our 2-cup method for manifesting, and that's going to be something to look forward to.